Well, we've come to the fourth week of our Preparing to Go class. 4 weeks. I hope you've gained a lot of insight and it's been helpful for you. Let me just take you through a quick review of the lessons. Our first week, Rick Chuman gave us the overview and assignments concerning our Japanese culture and history and just the broad scope. Then Diane Date led us in some of the very specific things that we need to prepare for, be aware of, and work on as we get ready to go. This last week, David Mills brought us through the culture aspect, and I hope you gained a lot of good insights in that process. Now, this last week, we want to look specifically on some of the do's and don'ts of how to share Jesus. That's what it's all about, of course. Most of you, I think, perhaps all of you, are going to Japan to represent Jesus Christ. And how do we do that in the midst of a different culture, language difficulties, and various things like that? So that's where we've been and where we're going. Let me just take a quick look at the syllabus and remind you of the various things that you should have been doing, and hopefully you are doing. First of all, each week we've had a reading assignment, and I trust that you've gone through those reading assignments. There's been a digging deeper assignment to help you gain further insights as you have time, a relief orientation, and those videos by Andy Miko have been very helpful, I'm sure. And some of you are going to be working in relief ministries, and you'll find that very important. We've also asked you to work on your Japanese. Some of you are very fluent in Japanese and actually were raised in Japan. Others of you have never been to Japan. Let me encourage you to use some of your time to gain some knowledge, better knowledge than when you started in this Preparing to Go class. Greetings, questions, introductions, various things that I hope you're improving on. This third week and the fourth week, we've given some very specific assignments. This third week, we ask you to try to talk with a Japanese, and many of you are surrounded by Japanese, and this isn't a problem, but I hope that you've been able to go through with a Japanese, a non-Christian or a Christian, and share some of the insights and get their insights concerning what you're working on. And then this fourth week, we hope that you can all get to a Japanese church, or maybe you've already done it as you've started this class. Experience a Japanese church. Some of you go regularly to a Japanese church and it's not a problem, but I hope that you'll make the effort to actually go. We've also asked you to really work on praying for Japan. My heart's desire is that because you have taken this class, that you will become an active participant in the prayer ministry for Japan. This is so vital, and we offered this Operation Japan. Some of you have the hardback, some of you have the CD. Please use it and develop a regular prayer intercession ministry for Japan. Now, for this week, we're talking about sharing Jesus. And obviously, through the assignments, you've gained and will gain information, how to share Jesus, how to share the good news with your Japanese friend by Mark Reisner. If you don't have that hardback copy, remember the PDF file is available. Just let me know. This thing is full of information, and you'll want to read it again and again, as I have, for valuable insights. Obviously, our ministry is, and our witness is through our life and our attitudes and what we share verbally. Obvious things. However, so very important. As you go, perhaps you'll be tired, perhaps some of your attitudes and issues will come out. And Japanese are very sensitive and are quick to spot defects in attitudes. And then how you share, what you share about your faith is so very important. And we, through particularly Mark Reasoner's material, we hope that you'll gain some new insights. I also gave you the assignment for a paper that Arthur Rauser put together, a seminary student at Fuller Seminary who's done an excellent job in giving a format for sharing Jesus. Please read that and digest it. Now, I see three different areas where things can go wrong as we try to share Jesus. And one, you'll find that some people won't be interested. You've come so far to say so much, and people are not responsive. Well, let me remind you, if you're not aware of it, a system of looking at your contacts with people. It's called the Ingalls scale. It's an older scale that's been changed, modified, perfected in a variety of ways. But Ingalls scale says that people are on a continuum as far as their relationship to Jesus. Some people are at a very low level. Perhaps they don't know anything about Jesus. There are others who have been aware. Perhaps they went to a Bible study or an English class, and they're more prepared. And then there are people at a 0 point, -2, -1, -0, who are ready to receive Jesus if invited. And then a +1, +2, +3 as people grow in their relationship to Jesus. So if you come across people who are not interested, realize that they're on that Ingalls scale, and from your witness, your attitude, your love, what you share, perhaps they'll go from a -5 to a -4. That's progress. There's another aspect of the Ingalls scale. I call it the right scale. I put another line on the Ingalls scale as far as their distance from a local church. You'll be contacting some people who have never been inside a church. They've never heard about where the church is. They don't know where it is, perhaps. And through your ministry, they will become aware of a particular local fellowship. Now that's progress. So even if they're not interested, if they can make progress coming closer to understanding the gospel in some way, or interest, and then if they could become more aware of a local congregation, that's progress. Number two, you might get a not only a not interested response, but it could be a negative response. They have rejected. They don't want to know. Please remember that that's what they're saying now. And in the future, the words that you sow, the attitude, the love that you express can make a big difference. There's a third aspect, a problem that you need to be aware of that I'm very concerned about, and that is having people make a premature decision for Jesus. This happens very often, particularly international Japanese who are here in the States. They've had a wonderful homestay. They love their homestay people. And these homestay people are Christian who love them. And the night before, they go back. They go through, the host family goes through and shares how they can become a Christian. the student weeps. The student is so touched by the love of the host family. And when asked to make a particular prayer, they do so. They pray to receive Jesus. The host family is delighted. The international student goes back. Having made a decision, an expression of interest in Jesus. However, they have not understood and they have not made a decision for Jesus. Remember, salvation is not a prayer, but a faith commitment to Jesus. So be aware of, and particularly Mark in the book gives you some good warnings and encouragements concerning that fatal mistake of pressing people to make premature decisions. Well, you'll learn a lot this week. I hope you'll enjoy it. I want to encourage you to, number one, gain resources for your ministry. As you share Jesus, there are a lot of websites or material. The quest or the search manga form is available. There are a number of very helpful tools. Be sure to gather tools that you can share with people, either in English or Japanese, as you go. And then, as the Lord gives opportunity, think through how will you share Jesus? How will you share your testimony that will help people become more interested and more aware of the gospel? I hope you'll have a great week as you work through this material. We'll be getting together on a conference call, and we are looking forward to that. God bless you, and 頑張ってください.